Greetings all, Ferrari Man 601 here. Welcome back to F1 2017. Going to do another classic car race, this time in the Ferrari F2004. We did a pseudo review of the F2004 in which I was less than kind to Codemasters. However, we haven't raced the car yet, so let's go do it. One-shot qualifying, as we have been doing here for these classic car races, so let's go out to the racetrack. We're at Monza, by the way. Alright, down the start-finish straight in map 4 on the fuel mix, 355 clicks. We are really going fast here today. There's that great sound from the V10 again. I almost don't want to talk over it. Does not sound quite real, but it's good enough as far as I'm concerned. Nowhere near as good as ASR's mod, though, for Assetto Corsa. I am anticipating the F2004 to be all-conquering here, considering how fast it was back in the day, and this is home turf for the Ferrari. Ooh, that was pretty lurid through Ascari. However, we're still up on our benchmark ghost time. I have no idea who they're comparing me against. Pretty lurid through Parabolica as well. However, F2004 to the line. I think that's good for pole. And indeed it is. Pole position. Awesome, awesome.
It's time to leave for
so
now,
let's see, on pole by almost a half a second, so not too bad there. And of course this is class 1 because these are all the fast guys. Let's see, class overall results. Let's see, obviously I'm on pole for the entire field. However, what else have we got going on? Yep. Some RB6s, they may be some threats, but I've got that straight line speed with the V10 engine. So really, the only other car that I think is going to be a threat here is the other F2004. Otherwise, this should be a fairly academic affair, particularly when we get toward the back of the field with the MP44s and the MP46s. The V12 Ferraris might be able to keep up with us in a straight line, but we are going to be better through the corners. However, we'll see you in moments for the race. Alright, so we are set here on the grid. Let's just review the race strategy and see what we want to do. I'm anticipating being very fast. However, what's that going to do to my tires? Obviously, we only have one compound here for these classic races. We have a dry compound and a wet compound. Session forecast is all sunny, so no problems there. I'm happy with the car setup. Race is 13 laps, however, I want more fuel. That seems to be a trend here. Let's put 18 laps worth of fuel in the car so I won't at all have to worry about those engine modes. I just want mode 3 the entire time. I don't think there's going to be any reason to do a pit stop, so we're not going to do a pit stop. I suppose I could do a pit stop if I really feel like it later on, but this is what we're going to do. So, to the formation lap. So off we go on the formation lap.
You'll have a bit more grip than that on the start, but we need to warm the tyres properly now. Make sure you get some heat into the brakes as well.
And as you can see, it is early morning here at Monza. A little bit of change in time of day for us. Oh yes, V10 power. Gotta love that V10 power. This middle sector is going to be pretty much in shadow. Such are the trees here at Monza, and the low light's not going to be helping, so somewhat of a visual challenge here, but not too worried about it. You can see the corners okay. car looking temperature-wise? Everything's fine. Watch the brake temps into here. Boom. 1100 degrees C. Yeah, lots of energy going into these brakes and tires. Pretty much just going to want to leave everything as they are. And go into the rich map here for the race start. Brake bias. Crank that a little bit rearward. And that was a very fast formation lap on my part, so we're going to be waiting here for a little while for the rest of the field to form up behind us. However, rolling gracefully into our first place starting position.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Alright, P2 is now just about joined up, and the rest of the cars are behind her, I believe. At any rate, we are almost set to go here at Monza. Just waiting for the tail enders to form up. Almost there, almost there. Last car has made it to the grid. And here we go. Alright. Clutch in, first gear. Revs coming up. And off we go. Good start. Really good start. My only other threat is the other F2004 and maybe the RB6s here when everybody's on cold tires, but I make it into the first chicane first. And I am not anticipating any problems now. 13 laps here at the fastest track in Formula One. Braking here into De La Roccia, into that bright direct sunlight here in the early morning hours. That's a little bit of a challenge. First Lesmo, that's really quick. The second Lesmo, in theory, is even quicker. The other F2004 is reasonably close behind, but I think I am trimmed out a little bit more in my downforce. My straight line speed is going to be a bit higher. Seventh gear, still pulling hard all the way up to 19,500 RPM. Parabolica, and hard on the power. And that's lap one complete. 126.356, that's with a standing start, mind you. Curva Grande, now everything is well up to temperature and it's feeling good. Caught sight of a TV helicopter there before we got into the braking zone. Nice detail. Already pulled out a decent gap. Purple in Sector 2, and the gap is almost 2.5 seconds as we get quite sideways through Ascari. Straight line speed is something else. .123, 165. That's fast. 2.8 seconds is the gap. More concerned with when we're going to catch the first of the back markers. Might be sooner than I'm thinking. First gear not the way to go through De La Roccia. Rallion out underneath the banking, through that tunnel, 340 kilometers an hour. We've got one retirement already. Not quite sure where he was running. Doesn't really matter. Right. The only thing that's missing from this version of Monza is the bridge that is right before the braking zone for the second chicane. I don't know if that's actually been removed in real life, but that bridge is there in Assetto Corsa's version of Monza, and it is a rather important landmark for picking your braking zone, so just readjusting my perception there. Everything else here looks correct.
Yellow flag.
Got a yellow right on the exit of the chicane. Car was stopped. One of the Williams dropped out. Just remembered that name, Benjamin Kobens. He's one of the generic AI drivers. He was driving one of the FW18s. And so far, I seem to be maintaining this gap okay. It is 4.5 seconds, so we're actually growing that gap still. Of course, it's good. Outbrake myself a little bit into the first chicane. Get away with it. We are +4 on the fuel. No concerns whatsoever there. Tire life looks good. Engine's a little hot. That was a yellow flag. Was that the Williams? Possible. Back into the green. Our component wear, gearbox at 3%, and still no wear on any other component. Not for these classic cars. At least that's what I'm seeing so far with these 25% races. The only thing that wears is the gearbox. But so far, just a normal state of affairs here at Monza. I can't tell you how many thousands of laps I have done here in many, many games.
That's a new fastest lap for the race.
And in many, many sims. 122 there. 22.9. I can drive this place effectively on autopilot. I probably have more laps here than at any other circuit. Going all the way back to Formula 1 2001 by Sony. That was actually the first time I saw Formula 1 anywhere. I never saw it on TV here in the United States. I never read about it, never heard about it, but Formula 1 2001, that PlayStation 2 game, that was my introduction to the world of Formula 1, and played that game absolutely to death, well after it was already superseded in the rest of the world. The United States didn't get an F1 game for many years after that. Really not until R Factor came along did I have any other exposure to Formula 1 in the game world. I since started watching it before then, but yes. So Formula 1 2001, and of course Monza was on that game, and it was my favorite track there, and of course I drove for Ferrari, so yeah. Monza and I go way, way back, going back probably 15 years now. That's scary to think about. Already coming up to a back marker. Fuel is plus 3.5. Slightly cautious into these braking zones because I don't know just how quickly I'm going to catch this back marker. I think they're both of the MP44s. There are two back markers there. And indeed they are the MP44s. Let me by easily, guys, because I'm catching you at a lot of speed difference here. Thank you. I'll take your tow, but I don't want to take any parts of your car with me. There we go. All right, lost 1.3 seconds there in terms of lap time, but what is the gap? Might have to wait a little while for it to cycle through. 6.8 seconds, and I'm looking at the gap and not looking at my braking point. Oh well, doesn't really matter. It's 3.3 on that fuel delta. This is, I believe, the FW14B. Yes, it is. Wow, look at that. And that Williams is a fast car. That puts things into perspective. Right. Who's here? We have one of the 412Ts and an MP46 for good measure. Grazie. We've got the other 4.6. Already 2 cars out of the race. Actually, saying already, we're already on lap 9. That's what happens. An F2004 at Monza. It goes by very quickly. All right, here's the second 412. Thank you, fellow Ferrari. And the other MP46. Very cool. On the brakes, on the power, out of Ascari. Who's in front? Is that one of the MP413s, or is it a Williams? I think it's a Williams. Yes, it is. W18. Thank you. 3 laps to go. This is really going down at a furious pace. And again, with the straight line speed being what it is, I don't really think I should be surprised. All right, 340 clicks. Braking ever so slightly later. Understeer there, carried a bit more speed, just trying. Second Lisma was nice. Here, a V10 in front of me, and it is a 14B. I do like how you can hear the other cars around you. Probably not quite realistic, but I do like it. You can actually identify the other cars by their engine sound. It's a nice touch.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
5 laps of fuel remaining and 2 laps left in the race. Sausage curbs there, punting me into the air. I've done that a few times. Let's see, I've got 23 seconds to P3. Where's the gap to P2? Did P2 drop out? Wasn't able to read the split that time. A little bit busy through the Lesmos. Car definitely sliding a bit more than it was. Yep, rear tires, that's why. 8.9 seconds to P2. Engine temp is a little bit high, but the only component that's wearing is the gearbox. And that's only at 7%. Hardly a problem. Very good. Even if I were to pit now, I would rejoin in second. Two laps to go. Nice. Feel like we are going to do a fastest lap here. See what the intermediate split is right about now. We're down 4/10 through sector 2. Coming up on some back markers again.
Some information on Forest. They seem to have an issue.
Somebody has an issue. Hope
This
that
is your final lap.
Yep.
Final lap of the race.
was fastest lap. 10 seconds now to P2.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
3 laps of fuel left, 1 lap left in the race. Very cool. The entire race in mode 3. Cool. Doesn't seem to hurt reliability at all. Just trying to put myself in the mind of the real target demographic of this game. When I was a little kid, I mentioned Formula 1 2001 earlier on here. I loved that game. Absolutely. Looking at it today, it's absolutely horrible. But for its day, and for my capabilities at the time, you know, playing on consoles, PC simming wasn't really a thing yet. And even if it were, I didn't have access to it anyway. That was good. If I were still 8 years old, I'd like this just as much.
Fantastic drive. Just fantastic. You deserve that race win.
And that's a win. I told you it would be a pretty academic affair, and indeed it was. So, of course, the obligatory cutscene after
Here
the
come our
race.
winning drivers then, out onto the podium at the end of a thrilling Grand Prix.
A return to the top step of the podium after getting beaten quite handily by the RB6, driving the Renault in Spain, but, yep, cool. quite cool. And it's a 1-2 for the Ferrari F2004. Nice. Very, very nice. You can probably tell that this game is growing on me, and I'm calling it a game because it is a game.
That's it for
It really
today's
is.
Grand Prix, and
See
from
the final
Antonai,
results here.
it's
11
goodbye,
seconds
and
was the
see you
final
again
gap.
next time.
Very cool. Let's see the overall results. Yep, Ferrari F2004 is first and second, followed by the two RB6s. Pretty much as we qualified, but yeah, actually top four exactly where we all qualified. Real cool. Some changes further down the field in terms of position, and then there were two cars out of the race. One FW18 and one MP423. So, alright, some reliability issues there, but yeah, all in all, these classic cars are really, really competitive, and yeah, as you can tell, they are quite capable of inducing some fun, shall we say. That's what this game seems to be about. As far as I've played it, it's really about fun. It's not a serious sort of experience. I mean, I suppose if you wanted to take it seriously, you could, and I know there are people out there who are doing career series. They're going to do the whole 10 seasons in career mode, and they're going to try to get McLaren Honda to win the World Championship and all of that nonsense. Do that if you want. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. But this is fun. I will admit it. This is actually fun. I am enjoying this. There's a reason why I'm putting out so many of these videos in such rapid succession, because yeah, I'm actually enjoying it. It's an interesting little change of pace. Yes, of course, I'm going to continue with Assetto Corsa and the odd iRacing video here and there, but yeah, this is actually fun. I am enjoying this, and yeah, I'm going to keep doing this for a little bit longer, especially with the classic cars. It's pretty cool. But until next time, thanks very much for watching, and we will see you soon.